Cole Palmer in this freezer seemed to have gone missing yesterday.
Well, it is a cheeky morning to wake up to Liverpool beating Chelsea. Don't worry, I did watch it. I didn't just wake up to it. Cole Palmer was invisible, and Curtis Jones put on a little masterclass, I must say. Obviously, Salah was there doing what Salah does, world-class stuff. And it was a hell of a performance, I must say. You had cards going left and right, yellow, almost reds there. I'm like Mike D, not getting these out. But, I mean, it was a tasty match at the end. There was a lot of aggression, a lot of tensions running high, in which Chelsea could have equalised. What a game. I mean, it started really well. Chelsea, played out, and Maresca and Slot, the new two managers of the Prem. Obviously, Maresca playing for Leicester. They'll know all about his tactics and style. But these two are the ones that have almost, been really good in the Prem. That makes great sense. Yeah. These are the two that have almost been the, not surprise packages, but, they've continued and done really well for the clubs. Maresca, I think, has exceeded expectations. So has Slot. But Slot obviously have the groundwork laid for him. Whereas Maresca might not have had such groundwork. It might have been a little bit more muddy, a little bit patchy. But they've both done well. And this game was going to be tasty. And it was. Chelsea, as I said, they played very well. They played their style of football. And they got in quite a lot against Liverpool. But Liverpool, for the most of the first half, were in control. They had chances. Obviously, Salah got in. Was it a penalty? Probably not. Then Colwell does give away a penalty, and Curtis Jones is the one who wins it. It's beautiful. His face is absolutely shocked. It's like he's bloody posing for something. And Salah tucks it away. I mean, you can't argue with Mo Salah, can you? He turns up in the big games and he does what he does. But it was all about Curtis Jones, to be honest, because he had a big, big impact on the game. Chelsea did come back and equalise in the second half. The first half, I think Liverpool could have made it 2 easily. But Chelsea withstood their aggression, their fierce atmosphere that, gets lauded as some absolutely amazing atmosphere. It's like any club. The shit games where you're playing a team who everyone expects to roll over, the atmosphere is not that good. And it happens everywhere pretty much, unless you're at the pinnacle stadium where every game is electric. Second half, Chelsea, bang! Jackson, the man who got mopped last season by me because he was shit, has scored an equaliser. And Kelleher, I thought Kelleher was a bit, although he only conceded 1 goal, he was a bit dodgy and he looked a little bit not himself, but he got away with it in the end. Some of the going to go for the ball and calling for it and then not going. It was really interesting to see how Liverpool will deal with that. I think Alisson's back sooner or later, but Jackson whacked it in. And Liverpool was just exposed. It's the classic high line that they'll try and play. It's put in between Van Dijk and Robertson, and Jackson just toe pokes it in. Literally, it's like I've been stunned. Liverpool score about 5 minutes later. Curtis Jones, wonderful run. Deep. That's what they say. Start your runs deep. Start your runs deep. And then you can't catch you offside. And it's a brilliant cross by Salah to see that run. Obviously, Nunez is off. He was going crazy. Him and Slot, to be fair. There was manic. There was high rate. They didn't have a clue what they was going to do in all these decisions. They're just like, what is going on? But Curtis Jones put the ball in the back of the net, and it settled the nerves of Anfield. 2-1 up against Chelsea. And from then, it was a very mature performance. Slot made a few subs. Maresca made a bunch of fucking subs. And it was interesting seeing, what's his name? Not Tobido. The other centre-back next to Colwell. Thought he had a bit of a mixed game. The midfield were not able to handle that 3 of Liverpool, the Chelsea midfield. And switching and swapping, it could have worked and it could have changed the game, but ultimately he took a risk and it didn't really work. But saying that, I've said Palmer ghosted. He did have them 2 chances where Curtis Jones makes some great blocks. On another day, Chelsea could have equalised. They did have those glimpses, but unfortunately, I would have said Liverpool were the better team. Now, wherefore these 2 teams after that? The top of the Premier is looking tasty. City scoring late on again with Johnny Stones. Should be in a boy band. Villa are up there as well. We've got Arsenal losing. It's crazy, the Prem, because you have a little acca and you think Arsenal versus Bournemouth is a guaranteed win. I've got free money, and they fucking fuck it up. Not good for anyone who bets, but it's good for the Premier League because now you've got Liverpool who are 1 point clear because City did get that late goal. And then there's Arsenal, Villa. I believe Chelsea are really close. Are they on the same points or they're 1 point behind? They're up there. You've also got Brighton who have rocketed up the table after beating Newcastle. I'm not saying they're going for the league, but you know, it's getting quite tasty up there. And who knows where this could lead? I always feel that Liverpool, they lead this charge into the Christmas period. They must have a bit too much turkey and a bit too much mulled wine, and they get a bit hungover in January. And from then on, after March, they have that little period where they slip up, and then City end up winning the title. Because it happened last season where you had a 3-horse race, then they draw to West Ham, lose to Crystal Palace, and it went downhill that 1 month, and that's what caused them to slip out of the race. Could it happen again? Who knows? Because I can't predict the future. I am not some magician or hypnotist or whatever they're called. But I think they have got a good squad. As long as they keep everyone fit, they've got a great chance. For Chelsea, they could definitely get top 4. At the moment, they look better than Spurs, and Spurs are such a little shit team who I've waffled on about the whole of the season, how some games they destroy teams, like they destroyed West Ham this weekend. Other games they look terrible, like how they bottled it against Brighton. They're a team that are like a yo-yo. Just up and down, up and down. So I do think Chelsea can perform better than them and take that 4th place. Whether they can go for the title, I don't think so, because their defence is nowhere near as solid as the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, City. But maybe they win a trophy this season. Who knows? And Maresca will be lauded. And then if he has a few shit games the next season, boom, he sacks. Todd Bowley's the exact same as Roman Abramovich, the Russian. He's probably off there drinking vodka. But it was a great game. And for a neutral, very tasty. Liverpool saw the game out. They did what they needed to do. Slot will be happy in the end, even though he looks a bit crazy. He doesn't really show, Klopp's only punching the crowd. He just gives them a little clap, shows respect, and he's off. Probably thinking about the next game, or maybe thinking about going back to the Netherlands. Who knows? Liverpool do it again. The Champions League is coming up. With the fixtures and congestion, that might play a part in the Premier League, but at the moment, it's looking good. We've had some good results. City just end up winning all the time. Hopefully we have a little bit of change and there is a different title winner. So, see you later. Bye-bye.